So the first one, I've got a CASA financial director. So as soon as I see CASA, I write CPC. Financial director, so I know we're talking about somebody in business, knows that the tax return is incorrect, but wants to increase profit for his bonus, so he files it anyway. So without even thinking what is the specific section, I can see here that he wants to increase profit for his bonus, so I have got a self-interest threat. He's doing this all on his own. He knows the tax return is incorrect, but he wants to file it anyway. So he's being associated with something that is incorrect, so I can either say here, it's 2, integrity, or professional competence and due care, although because he knows it's incorrect, it's not that he wasn't aware, in which case he lacked the professional knowledge. So integrity is probably your biggest fundamental principle here. And there's my scenario. I can then also go and take another step and say, in terms of integrity, you should not be associated with misleading reports. So I've got further information from there. I just asked for the threat to the principal, so I'm going to leave it there. 2, the CASA, CPC, financial manager has been told, so he's been told by somebody else to exaggerate his qualifications or else he will be fired. So ultimately, he has been threatened here. And so we're getting pressure, in which case we're going to have an intimidation threat to professional competence and due care, because if he is exaggerating his qualifications, he doesn't have that professional competence and due care, even though he is saying he does. So again, I don't have to go into the sections and try and find it. I can use the information I have on the definitions of my threats and my fundamental principles to apply it here. In order to answer a question on this, I would then now need to go into the relevant section and put down the significance and safeguards, if any. That's part 2 done. CA's in business. So now let's do part 3. CA's in public practice.